Another way that you can cite your sources is through signal phrase citations. Signal phrases have three basic parts: the actual signal phrase, an active verb, and the quotation or paraphrase. A signal phrase can either be connected directly to your quote or paraphrase, or it can stand on its own. The signal phrase consists of two major elements: the source identification and an active verb. The purpose of the signal phrase is to do exactly what it says: signal or indicate that what comes next is not your own words or thoughts. When identifying your source, you need to include the author's full name the first time you use it. If there isn't an author, then use the article title instead. However, when you're doing your source identification, try to avoid the cliche "according to." It's just, no. We aren't in elementary school anymore. Now you're going to use an active verb to connect your source information to your quote, paraphrase, or transition material. You want your evidence to do something, not just sit there. It needs to argue or imply or indicate or some other action. Get creative and find something that works with your sentence. Speaking of sentences, some words of warning. Your subject, the author information, and your verb need to agree. Hands bumps each other doesn't make any sense. So make sure you're using present or past tense verbs consistently throughout. One last caution: never use says as your active verb. Unless you are quoting from an interview you conducted, you weren't present to hear the words, so just don't use it. Now it's time to insert the quote or paraphrase. If you're using a paraphrase, you don't need quotation marks. But if any part is word for word from the source, you have to put quotation marks around it. Just like Queen Bee sang, if you used it, you should have put some quotes on it. Or, something like that. So, if we put them both together in a sentence, we see: child sleep expert August Arch recommends using as many stuffed animals as possible to ensure the best quality sleep. We identify the author and even throw in a little bit about his credibility. He's a child sleep expert after all. Then we use an active verb, recommends, and then we add in the quote or the paraphrase. Notice that there isn't a page number here. There is no parenthetical citation at the end. Since we've already introduced the author or the article title in the paraphrase, we don't need a parenthetical citation at the end. However, if there is a page number, then we do have to put a parenthetical citation at the end, which is formatted exactly like it was before.